Hi, I'm Bob. Welcome back to Buster's Corner. This week we're going to do a little. We're going to touch on the Kregg Jig. It's a great tool to have in the garage for joining wood together. You know, if you're going to do, like that, 2x4s together. You can do some framing with it, picture frames with it. Okay. There's plenty of videos out there already. You can also go to KreggTool.com. They got all the instructions there. That's their website. I'm not sure if you can buy stuff through them, but anyhow. Okay, so I'm going to go through a little process here. I'm going to put some 2x4s together. I'm going to kind of show you how to use the jig. Talk a little bit about the screws, and I'm going to join together this picture frame corner here. All right, here we go. Okay, so here's our jig. Now, I mounted mine to a piece of wood to help stabilize it. This plastic has a tendency to kind of flex a little bit. Alright, on the side of the jig here are a bunch of numbers. These numbers are the thickness of the wood you're working with. Okay? Now remember, a 2x4 is not a 2x4. A lot of your wood's not what they say it is. So a 2x4 is 1.5 inches thick. So I'm going to set this depth to the 1.5 inch mark, which is right there. Screw that in right there. Okay? There's that. Now, you've got to take your drill has a collar on it, and it comes with an Allen key. Okay. You see right here, it's got these grooves in here, so I'm going to set that to the 1.5 inches. And we'll lock that down. Okay. So if I drop this in here, you see the flat part of my bit is at the 1.5 inch mark. Okay. Now, up here, I got 3 holes up here. So depending on the thickness of your wood, and I'm going to put 2 holes in my 2x4 here. Now, if you got something smaller, then you can just pick what holes you want. You don't have to use 2 holes in every board. If you just need one, if it's a small piece of wood, you're just going to use one. Alright. The other thing, let's see here. When you get your jig, take this, there's a lock nut here. Take this off, go down to the hardware store and get a wing nut for that. Okay, it makes it a lot easier to put it on and off. I haven't done mine yet. Okay, so I'm going to put my 2x4 in here. I'm going to adjust my stopper so I lock it down at its pressure, but not too much. Just have to hold it in. Looks like I had this set for the smaller stuff, didn't I? There we go. And lock that in. Okay? So I'm going to center my board up on the jig and lock that in. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clamp my vise down. Let me, I don't know if you can see this from here. I'll do it this way. I'll do it this way so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. You want to get your drill running at high speed, top RPM, before you actually enter the wood. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so I got this board, I put 2 on each ends, and we're going to assemble that here in a minute. Before I go too much further, I want to show you how to do this while I have it set up. So, okay, we'll be right back. So when doing small wood, like picture frames, so I've set my jig up, I've set it up over here. This is redwood, 3/4 inch. Make sure you measure your wood, because it does change. This one's measuring 3/4. So I set the side up for 3/4 on my depth. Okay, I reset the collar on my drill bit for 3/4 inch. Okay, when you're doing the angle pieces like this, Kreg recommends, I believe it's a 3-inch wide board in order to get 2 holes. In order to get 2 holes into it. On picture frames, that's a big board for me. So what I do is I'm going to drill 1 hole Now I'm going to put this in here. Here's my center. I don't want to see this piece right here. Okay, I want to cover that up so I don't see it. Maybe a little bit more. Okay, the piece I'm using here, I believe, this is 2 1/4. Is what I got it down to. Okay, so I'm going to drill that hole there. There we go. Pretty close to being right in the center for those two right there. Okay, that looks good. Like I said, I don't think you need 2 for something like this. These screws will hold a lot of weight. They'll keep the, they're really strong. You get a real strong joint out of these. I don't think you need 2. I guess to order. Okay, I'm going to clean this mess up, and then we're going to assemble our pieces. So we'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to show you how we do the assembly. Now, I've got my 2 picture frame pieces here we're going to start with. Now, I'm using an 1 1/4 screws on this, and I have some blue coat screws for the other work. I'll show you that in a minute. Now, Kreg has a special, it's not Kregg's. This is a driver bit, okay, but you need the long one. I'll show you what we're going to do with that. So let's clamp this down. This is the standard zinc coating 1 1/4 for indoor use. Make sure you set your drill to a low torque. This goes in like this. That could have been clamped better, but oh well. There you go. Yeah, I didn't clamp that very good, but there you go. You get the idea. It's a nice strong hold right there. Look at that. Okay, you don't need glue for that stuff. Alright, so there's that one. Now we're going to get into the 2x4s I did. And we will be using the blue coat 2 1/2 on the 2x4s. At KreggTool.com, it also comes in your kit, is the chart for what size screws you need where. Okay? The 2x4s call for 2 1/2. 3, 4. All I have in hand, I have the blue ones because for my outdoor furniture. So I'm going to do, I'm going to preload these. Like this. Okay. So the idea that I'm working on here is I'm going to make a bench. This would be nice if I clamp this down, but with this show and tell, I'm just going to wing it. Can't do that. It does not work. There you go. That's the beginning of a table right there. There's your one side. Okay, it's a good strong table right there. Like I said, so the blue ones are for outside. You can get the other ones a little bit cheaper with the regular coating on them. Okay. Oh, then the other thing that Kreg comes up, you can do is you can put, these are fillers that go into your holes right here, like that. Even though these don't fit what I'm doing because these came with the kit. There's other ones that, okay. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that makes it flush. You can play that up and make it nice and smooth right there. Okay. All right. So that's my short, brief description of the Kregg Jig. I love mine. I use it all the time. Here's a picture frame I made just yesterday using the Kregg Jig. You see the holes in the back. That project's still needs some more work, but you can see how I use the Kregg Jig to bolt that together. Okay, and actually my little base right here, I've got a little hole down there as well. Okay, and then so there's your picture frame layout that we did. Like I say, Kregg wants 3 inches of board, and then they put 2 screws in there. That's huge for a picture frame. Like I say, if you work it just right, you can get 1 in there. Okay. The kit comes with the video. It comes with the screw chart, full instructions. It's pretty easy to use. Definitely don't be afraid of it. This one here I think runs about $100. Definitely well worth it. You can also get the small one, I think, for about $40, the junior, which is great for if you do just a few projects here and there. I do quite a bit out in the shop, so I like this one. Okay, so we did the 2x4s, did that. There you go. That's the basics. Now, I know this is crooked. This is just dummy wood I pulled up out of the pile. I know a lot of things aren't accurate here, but it's just for demonstration purposes only. Okay, that's it from Buster's Corner. Thank you very much.